atwam apomuden ho nsem agye ensem ho emma osuru yedin emma sase ediawerho enti onyankopon nam da esumu eda enua eni habama ebegye adasama enkwa ekire adujamfi okumanini barima enu akire no adujamfi esa kotra kwayem ededuanan agwamfa nsuo ankana no menu mienu apomuden panti wenti enigisem onyankopon de yare nyina so tumi ahye Dr. Tamda sonsa dise di wawuo anase yesie no koa ene wontimi na yaresa bia hode wasiesie ho kama fika krabi bagye wa yaresa ewo kumase abuakwa agogo frayen 0244 774282
oyalfo bia kaise udimafo eye midimafo heba clinic Dr. Tamda
Ebano air conditioner ebopa ediba ko pene diwa kotene high sense air conditioner high sense AC promo na bebio e 28 October egosi 8 November high sense AC ya sheda ya magana for ewo gold plated fins and a 100% copper pipes high sense AC esobini ho ewo Ghana ha ejina ne naso abribia horsepower ebeka no enwa na ne feso de esobini babia Yawa size ahudo bebre enti hwehwem na yiwudie yawa standard and inverter models Wuta yama 5 years manufacturer defect warranty for high sense showroom bia 28 October kose 8 November Friday 0302 550000 we no shishaya kakra wo ho high sense everyday prices for everyday people.
In the beginning, life feels heavy. But then, hope arrives. Star 446 hash saves you in the Dewa Chop Money draw at 10 a.m.
Congratulations.
Give your dream a chance. Give your dream
Better.
a chance.
Like life, Dewa 539 gives another chance for those who missed their morning Chop Money draw to get lucky in the daily Dewa Rush Hour draw at 1:30 p.m.
Play every day.
And you may draw no social life. Dial star 446 ash. Nika Dewa 539. Direct Lotto no. Make this 7 o'clock and you may be
24 hours, 3 daily draws at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Dewa 539 is designed to save you in the moments that matter most. Play every day, win every day. Dewa after.
Emribi atwam apomuden ho nsem agye ensem ho emma osuru yedin emma sase ediawerho enti onyankopon nam da esumu eda enua eni habama ebegye adasama enkwa ekire adujamfi okumanini barima enu akire no adujamfi esa kotra kwayem ededuanan agwamfa nsuo ankana no menu mienu apomuden panti wenti enigisem onyankopon de yare nyina so tumi ahye Dr. Tamda sonsa dise di wawuo anase yesie no koa ene wontimi na yaresa bia hode wasiesie ho kama fika krabi bagye wa yaresa ewo kumase abuakwa agogo frayen 0244 774282
oyalfo bia kaise udimafo eye midimafo heba clinic Dr. Tamda
Babaha Hayonia TV, Ghana Premier League match day live. Bechem United up against Nations FC. So this is a Nanafo Sujabo Park dressing room. Udramwa. And said, "Your course come papa enye asem kultura grana asem framano." Tell the call. So what am I call the Superman? Ajaniwa. Akra, wakodi.
Yeah, oba.
Agubita, what's about it? Betnasne, Solly Betnasne, Equidu. Adepa Brana Beha, my name city, but America catches of Abraham, a herbal and spiritual hospital, Southern High Sense, and then a Dewa 539 direct or Mobwa, am I in 7 in our so more weekend, the matches will be to form a honor. Solomon called the Superman ever. Solo, Yamfi and Chimu, Bechem straight up. Big game and commence this weekend matches. No, Bechem historically as a normal koye the momo and as a nedia befa. Your expectation now in the game no.
Well, I think sir, and that game no look quite interesting because over here Bechem United as a team. since our money Nations FC FAC here in the Ghana Premier League, you know. Enya dia omo elusi match ama Nations FC. Nations FC entimi fa ball back akra into Bechem United womo enet mu. So clearly a game was we a Bechem United player. She wutirim say I was wutimi ye ne obetimi bia say be 3 maximum points, you know. Obetimi aje ediama Bechem United. And so game ni dey be quite intriguing. Bechem has started some final rhythm. Desmond Isabotwe and started season year, and it is not his fault because Bechem elucidated some key players. Almost signing some of the young talents, and almost about team in the money. Ni that rich Premier League experience, you know, and clearly now a toll on them. But I think that so far, one more day with regards to home games, you know, I'm gonna have to focus about draw. I'm gonna basake Holy Stars. Airport draw. The only win Omunya this season, Omunya Bechem Sports Stadium. So we are expecting that, and then against Nations FC season is starting. You know, Omunya that really well.
Yeah.
There were more away games. You know, Omunya all 3 points from them. Don't forget, say Nations FC were more elucidated my Mediama away. Elucidated my Dreams FC away. So we Bechem now be share such a team. I was saying we say. Or more away games, you know, another bonus share that and denser. So I'm expecting say Kofi Tompu, a champion, Emmanuel Arban, Augustine Okra, and Mark Williams, Sakitemo, or maybe to me, AJ all 3 points, you know, Nana for Sujiabo Park.
We are back to the lineup now. Two coaches now presenting. Quick one on the appointment of Frimpong. So this is virtually the first game of all. Ebenya effectively. Our boys, so psychologically,
well, first game in the me sure say you would want to see match changes and to your squad no more. Majority of the players are no more under Casimiro Cancelo. One more and airborne in this game. Even though Samuel Sekou for any part of the squad, then we say Rolando Gripman, Bechem. Then again, a Gregory Oko Gripman, Bechem. Then again, Ubenya a player to say Alex Boache, Ononso Ababeshe, Kwame Boateng, Ononso Ababeshe, a year squad in the midfield. They've been a reshape of that midfield. Then in attack, you know, of course, in place are Ombobo Enimho, Ediama Nations FC. For Frimpong Mansoni appointment, you know, I remember Canada when he was appointed, say about a year player development issues there. I do not think say will be that reason why they would decide so Mubama Casemiro Kanseyako. But I think that maybe the focus now shifted from just wanting to play and then survive in the league to wanting to win the league because Oya Casemiro last season they nearly won the league with them. And the issues and Amsterdam League, you know, it was not Casemiro on the fort. Obviously it was going to be very difficult but in all, I feel that Openi Mayanga Enim Ghana football terrain, he understands what he needs to do, at least with that experience. Onim Nations FC team in the pa and Abraham Kessino Onim Honum. Don't forget, say he was the head coach of Kesbin, then Midiama, then Kesbin. Munya qualification or none do or more and they were playing their games now. Abraham Kesse, and so Omunim. On the area, he understands the field. Maybe there have been 1 or 2 redevelopment of the facility there. But I think that the history around the whole place now, Mayanga in him. And again, Park and so or the turn up of Akobo tournament, any idea or Aji. So he knows the place really well. I do not think say obey a lot of changes But then again, your first game away. The dynamics of the Ghana Premier League, you know, in favor teams traveling away. And Nations FC results away. And yet that encouraging. I say coach in the bar and I was say Otwaso. Wins. It will take a bit of time. But I think that eventually Obenyane acts right. Then of course it'll be another result on the best side. But for now, I still feel that it is early to even expect so many changes in our Nations FC team no more.
All right, now looking at the two teams in the setup, based on the 11 players that were Agopamanson there, Bechem aba kosem so if almost said they would can kind per the lineup in history just a mana.
Well, I feel say so we is this one is Abucha. And was say we now to pick all 3 points in this game because results any favorable and fair amount. And so won't me share the big boys now. When the likes of nations moba who a very good record against them all. I was so to me all those points. And I will not be surprised say omo betimi a show more. So we are more line up now. Emmanuel Enin and I that push Mama Bechem United. Augustine Okra will captain the team and then Ubenya Yawa champion Abdurazak Al Hassan, Augustine Afrani Mensa, and of course Amadou Abdullahi. Then Frank Amankwa, Foster Sakite, Emmanuel Ampia, Kofi Tumpu, and Afi Emmanuel Laban. These are going to be the midfield and then forward players at the Bechem United. Groom, breath, Omunim Eye, Bechem Honumi. They understand what it entails playing in Bechem. Then coach at the day, Mayanga, Eye from Pomanson, I maintain Rabin Osmani Sanon Ewo Pumu. Then of course Razak Simpson about the captain and bandono. And or the Kwame Boachi and Roland Oko Gripman Ababeka in the back line. So in a 3-back system, Ubenya Razak Simpson, Roland Oko Gripman, and of course Kwame Boachi Ewo Echihodom. Then Ivan Safo together with Brandon and Trisapon, Kevin Ampofo, Mark Williams Boateng, and Afi Abrante Saudi Suhini Sulemana. Wemu and the players are almost the best starting game at the Ama Nations FC. Ideally, I think that it should be a gamer. Yes, Emmanuel Ano face our child Timo Ebeba at you. But so we Bechem United in this game, even with these same players last season, ultimately override they were more. I do not think that game way should be difficult for Bechem United to pick all 3 points. I will still stick my neck out say in the Ghana Premier League, a year in time favor they are waiting. And looking at the Nafosu Jabwa Park at the point, they went about.
That was last
season.
It was
went
super.
About 14. No, be intimate show more mufi. More crown to me for Antoinette mufi until the jinx was broken. And when you come up against teams like Nations FC, and we say we have Bechem United.
Even this season, Newman Koyekran at home, they are yet to concede.
Of course. And I'm expecting say Ombe win a game against Nations FC. Their worst will be draw.
Really?
Oh yeah, their worst.
Now this syndrome, they are attacking us and say if there are changes, especially with the technical department now, almost all the players want to justify their inclusion to be in the books of the new manager. Who said there's been an effect view on that game on the part of Nations?
Well, of course, we were coaching the buy, you will say Mark Williams Boateng starts in the game. Abrante Brandon and Trisapon starts in the game. It tells you say players be more home so more try say or more betimi are convincing the coach to keep them in the starting 11. But like I said, so we play me to say Akogo you start this season or no na airbo as left back Edema Nations FC. Even on the bench Akogo ni bench it means that say if these players were available definitely they were going to start the game at the Ama Nations FC. Okay. But then they are not there. Kwame Boachi no started. But Obi and him say if Samuel Oseko for available, Samuel Oseko for best started at the Ama Nations FC. So I'm expecting that players will win your opportunity starting there no justify why I was a coach and had that trust in them. But like I said, the Ghana Premier League I want the dynamics. And one of the dynamics and say we are strong it will be at home the likelihood say over pick all 3 points at home higher and then no Nations that confidence go Bechem that confidence going into the game say it is likely they will win that game. Yes, and yet too easy say be 3-1 4-1 no they will be scoring avalanche of goals but a close score maybe a 2-1 maybe a 1-0 game no more but clearly I feel that Nafosu Jabwa Park will be the first Nations ever could test defeat Nafosu Jabwa Park.
All right. Now, so what most of the post-game conferences are Desmond Butry he seems to be worried, especially with the final third at the money team. They find it difficult to score. A typical example was against Accra Hearts. he complained bitterly, so you're confused, only what is happening.
Of course, so I want to have to focus. They had a lot of chances. Emmanuel Aban was so excellent in the game. Even that game, they had Dalvin Yeboah now on leading lines, you know, they are more. But Dalvin Yeboah in this game. So Augustine Okra and Emmanuel Aban and a pressure, never almost to say, conjure the magic on the day. In all honesty, so what should be Chimwa, bad side, sir. They play very good football. But then again, Omu need enough record playing away from home. And then some of these virtually smaller clubs, you know. But I feel say in this game, he's corrected all me. Now nations in Bechem at the same level. Forget about the position of nations in the last season. Okay. Look, yeah, fair assessment. Nations per their longevity in the Premier League. Any the kind of productions players will be producing with the Premier League. And the nation's most prized asset currently. So who ye a year Razak Simpson a free work based on his Black Stars appearance and any Sevilla. One of the most prized assets at the Nations FC this season, Emmanuel Ano, or a product of Bechem United. So clearly, nations in him say, in terms of seniority, in terms of quality, in terms of history, even the Premier League tradition, obviously Bechem United, but football no is so dynamic in the sense that this season, with the end it happened last season when Basaka Holy Stars in their first ever game in the Premier League, in their history, in their existence, had to focus at the Accra Sports Stadium. We saw how Hoho United in their first ever game in the Premier League, in their existence as a football club, I'm a PK point against Accra at the Accra Sports Stadium. And sometimes that is the dynamics, the uncertainty around Premier League and football. But see, fair to the game one. I feel say this particular game, Bechem United, were enough quality to win this particular game.
All right, anyway, Solomon one called the Superman, and so at the night, you have a corner for Sujabo Park, now already because teams no eggs, while Moses, your more than days, and your ma, a bit me, Uncle Kama can I to say hi, sense, every chido. Sounds so, and a Dewa 539 direct, and our Father Abraham, Herba Hospital and Spiritual Hospital, or more every chidom, den send ne, and 5 and 7 and so and so more, den pa. So, prediction, the Jawaka win for Bechem 2-0. Boys in
well, I whether said 2-0 or whatever, I think Bechem United will win that game. Nations say Omobetimiako into this game. Na Omakwako PK all 3 vital points. Bechem United in what they need to do in this game. Over Ejuma so far in the season, it is always going to be very difficult to say Team B. And as a team like Nations FC, no disrespect to them, Ometimeko break that existing record at Bechem. Meaning sure, Mushe Bechem United, they are overly confident, and then they hear the tiebreaker for them because they've never been this confident going into a match than the way they have been ahead of a year Nations game now. And I feel that this one is Abutri, Augustine Okra, as leaders of the team, in him say. So when we win game, we are the next game no travel. The likelihood is to travel.
They've not been good on the road.
That is it. Yeah. So the best way is to try as much as possible. Say over far all the points, you know, especially when you are playing at your comfort zone.
All right.
And see, yes, and yet easy. Yes, Omunyan rosy, but per the quality at the disposal at Bechem United, and the quality of nations, we are going to enjoy a tight game. But I still feel that Bechem United have what it takes to win this game.
Emphatically, solo more than 6 times. Waka or an area made so Bechem a huge favorite to pick the needed points. Yeah, at Nana for Sujabo Sports Stadium. The two teams, you know, if Itane or Nemo area mo. Pitch and also and Asam Kutokra. Bechem United in their traditional home colors, no, yes, green dominated pa. They say Omo eba lemon green o yes next omo ba omo ifepa nations nso omo nso aye correct ana omo eba horonti coach Fitompo last season one of the players are now obo adwuma papa edema Bechem United and or started Augustine Okra is in there and I heard him say no betimi across so them on Razak Simpson and so I heard him so betimi aboa amani team Nations FC and ma akoso ye etimi ede abaha Ayonia TV Ghana Premier League. Yes, match day live Friday game at Air Coso involving host Bechem United and then visitors no Nations FC. Why NHA young commentator Bismarck Kwaku Sapo or therefore Timiante and Obertin Kase or two teams no and HH den dente referees so Sikoto and omode boss booza they say be any updating tintin send anyoma e betimi akoso fine etimi e am connections so weekend the action no hono money customer woman say Basically Stars after so many games away no they are back at home our more babebo ewo ifi against Accra Hearts of this weekend. Another big game because was Swedro All Blacks a hosti a year inform Heart of Lions into any nedapo ni mo osha Al Hassan a champion Ampere about 3-back system just in front of them there Abana Manka Okra Tompo Mensa and then they Usha Brantia Nidin Abdullahi and Sakite almost a leading lines and so yes like Solo Eka and no Dennis Voteri formerly of Mediama Sporting Club on your goalkeeper to bench Davin Yabua starting from the bench Samuel Okan Emmanuel Sefa Baba Moro Abdullahi Munano and Sweaty bench Edema Bechem United yes into Desmond Isaboche go coach way also yes I'm going to agree what is cause ni mashino Desmond Isaboche nidin wapa also honoma wo badendente so enche na your commentator na taking his seat na eche say obeye adwuma pa no eye de koso Honorable George Vomao Mauli, one of the center referee, Paul Atimaka, so one
Vomao or naval officer, was second D, naval base. Okay, yes, one of those referees, you can't intimidate them. Yeah.
All right, sure. It's the Nations and so San on El Honomo Boatin, Sam Simpson, Gripman Boache, Ampofu, Safo, and now more Chaute and no any Sapo. As for attacking dangerous on paper.
Of course, definitely this is how they line up with Faisal Chaute on the left. Then of course Emmanuel now ever play through the lines. Then of course Benya Sapon on the right. But I told you, almost start the game now. We say Nations ever work with a 3-back system. Then of course, Pia a year 4 attackers and 3 attackers up front. So it will be a 3-4-3 system at the Ahmad Nations FC, same as a Bechem United 18 airborne.
You call Bechem now your commentator Bismarck Kwaku Sapo Waya Crado and for your big game involving Bechem Nations.
Ghana Premier League when watch a toss and watch ye shall say Nyame Adoma and ne or China and the question so matches Nina Ebecoso Bechem United at Tananafosu Giawago Prameso na Omani Nations FC at the Abadi again. Starting from Paul so head coach Adema Nations the match a Dikain and I can see a Dika crowd water bench at any Embacha and a Coso El Bechem Hanoma Henimuse at the end of Betimi Aquaman Wodim Kunim and I said won't to me a Ninkum Augustine Okra or no and I was signing and I said captain at the Emma Bechem United and I Razak Simpson was also a captain at the Emma Nations FC Nancy who answer kakana center referee George Mauli former one and every jam na bibia so etimi akonkan e wa kan sie dem ordinary be national no enche bi obehyan na be na fei ye dwumadie no ahyehye so referee ahye na be ball no ekura Nations FC Razak Simpson apeja e dia chemu e Bechem United one more from them so ma pimbo na dia free ho Bonatra share a throw in here to Editia Bechem United. A Pija Bonache Monenso, a Trasher referee say Yento and Fantia Bechem, what to Bonnet Chemo, a Yaquania Edema Nations FC Nelson Bona Trash referee say goal kicker here ball Edia Nations FC and there I can't say my bad papa goalkeeper Emmanuel Eni no na da post ni mu ene awia yi ade ma Bechem United opia ball no so ade akwa chire opia to ma referee ajefa ade tia Nations FC the goalkeeper Emmanuel Eni opia ball no ade achemu fifi afam ene I was a Bechem United or Muslim so betimi at the Kudim ever Cassia Messanse. I feel like a chance no man said that and Koye and Farmomo Nations. So San and no man said Koye and Farmomo to a friend of me and I dear boy near the air to betimi at the Kudim ever can say him. Bechem United or more equabon or Mancasoma Fem. Bonacco di Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Nenso atrashia ma kokofa atro edetia Nations FC Augustin Afrani Mensa wato body akoma Abdul Al Hassan Bechem United simabako entemu ani o Ghana Premier League match atoso enwotwe ayebo Bechem United en shebi Nations FC en shebi referee George Mauli Verma was born a foul Jemfanto na Yemuntia Nations FC.
But I think Nations FC are starting here because we try say we allow Bechem United that free run no, especially from a year midfield. And so we crowded that midfield and more pressure with the three men for more air ball away nim hono men and now very difficult for Nations FC and as Bechem to create any chance so far. And game there be as at when time no calling him, but so far I think Nations are very calm at the start of the game.
But Natasha referee say throw in the Ento Infantia Bechem United Bona kwa the Kwame Boache Otubono a trash entity Jetro Editia Nations FC Bona Kra Nations so many born echo that one to baby cry. I'm a center referee George Mauli Voma was born a foul young fanto na Yemuntia Bechem United say a conference or Pimano now one day pa.
Of course, I think it was a very beautiful run from Emmanuel Ano. That is one of his trademark. Very strong on the ball. Anytime they are taking the lead, it is very difficult say Obecheno. And this is a player. What ball will be Bechem Honoma until in field this year he rose to prominence. Bechem. He understands every corner of this particular encounter. So clearly, a champion, a Lucien a 14, and yes, Piabon home. But then with that outstretched arm, a Piabon to form a referee rightly Waji an infringement against Bechem.
Free kick at airport at Bechem United Sima Miensa and Temwenu BNTB Fabo and to Nyonko Atem Bechem United in Nations FC and a Jaboni a free kick. Mehu Kwame Boache say Ojabonachi Edman Nations FC. Referee Ashena Bewa Peja Edia Chimness goalkeeper Emmanuel Eni on a pinball at free war. Bechem United de Crabon on Mancasoma Fem. A Piasso Edia Comaya were champion. A champion, the one come on guest and a Franny Mensa. Bechem United with Piasso de Bona 5-15. Augustin Lucas so referee say pushing because on the Infanto na ye more Infantia Nations FC. Kwame Boache and then on the Jira Benkuma from Mediman Nations FC. And you know Augustin Lucas be pa. Kofi Tompo where you born in Tempa di Achemu. Nenso bona ntimi ankoba bia ma goalkeeper Rabin Osman. Wasobo no media man Nations wato e dia fanifa. Apega bon Tempa so da chen fifi afam. Nenso ntimi ankoba bia. Bechem United ajibo no man kasa ma fam pia so e dia fanifa. Akodi Augustin Afrani Mensa. Augustin apega e dia chemu. Okay, Augustin Okra tinya ibono Bechem betimi ahye kwedi kan na so da bi bon enseye August no kra wa pia so area ma afane mensa pega de achim na so ma pem bon area free o Bechem United o ma chase bo bibi o fe di kan tem Bomo mo de bona chase konka na chase bon from nsem fifi afam Pia bon so ntimi anko Bechem United abobo na dia chemo bi ama goalkeeper wahwe bona ma na trash me ka sei Nation FC abrante bako ebutu agro papa no so sansoro a Bechem United abrante bako da agro papa no so I think say Suwed Suhini Sulemana wono esi akan Suwedi Nation FC Wetini asala jana so enchebia referee George Mauli Voma wo be shana ba ne etimi ato aka nsede so August no kra onawi ono yo sahene Enema Bechem United Suwadu Suhini Sulemana wasole jana na so Enche bi obesa ba be shemasi akane be Stephen Frimpong Manson ono so eji attach line HM na nche de wanya ene won betimi adi nkunim ewa akensidim simansia Bechem United en shebi Nation FC en shebi apega bona chimen so o mayi bona free wo bo fifi afem August na frani mensa apia bona fam fifi ya jefferin nsem nan so da bi Jawa champion ball homo di pa nya sadia enka de fe betimi ayo motan na so goalkeeper Emmanuel Lenin Bechem ekra ball no man kasa ma fam pega bon tete amana tel fifi afam na so bia ho anka amana tasie Kwame Boache e won to baby cry na so so jana so betimi attract kan serious
a very strong customer at the heart of defense. Also, is a naturally a left centre back. Or you're very comfortable when I was or cover those spaces at the left back position. And then we are the starting 11 now in a 4-3-3 system. Clearly, coach, I understand the need to have wing backs. Give them so in that 3-4-3 no, we're making sure say face our charity Ebebo as one of those wing backs now wait I drop it back ababe support and face our charity over 50 minutes of continuous running how obetimi continue with that energy in the second half and in a match of air contention but so far he's doing his bit and then one man a very difficult Eddie Kwame Boache so always all the time I was sort of running not to cover those spaces the wing backs ebeja to them and he has that energy to do that tenya me wa say so far obon homodin game no mo
Nation FC krabon no fifin Pia so ready akwachi Mariama the goalkeeper Rabin Osman Kevin Ampofo ya kabra cheba coordinator from referee say I foul young fan to na Munti Bechem United Sima enwotwe e ofe di kan ntamu ani akanse ni my share san so bia person odi nkunim e wa akanse ni mu Raymond Okogrepman opega ball na dia chemu Nesu ball na said asukra Kwame Boache Kwame pia so de bona fa benkum Nations FC Agopamai Edin pass on betimi adin kunim oso wo mo ni nkunim wo agopamai so da enti ehese ne Bechem United betimi asesa ne o ma na se Senator na sa na beye a goalkeeper Rabin Osman apega ere achemu Next goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin Asomodi ama Bechem United Emmanuel Eni na peja eda chematra mfifi afem Razak sense na huni neso ne na yanka ball no ball na kwa akodi Nation self so mayi dia fan mfifi Nations Eshibo na dia free wo Bechem United we pianso ade afa benkum or have Foster Sakite denso Sakite ntimi anko ajibo na reference Nations FC ajibo na reference akodi Augustine Okra ade akwa achiri Bechem emante the ball on bone feye papa Abdul Razak Al Hassan a goal kick. Rabin Osman wa ibo na chemu Nations FC throw in here to Adetia Nations FC Emmanuel Adon abranche ne ho haye papa nti o man mo so bo mo homodin se wo mu nye jane kura wa group man so se na be obetimi ashe go de tia mo abo shot na so goalkeeper Rabin Osman asoboni ede ama Nations FC wa catch the man so mu nkom apega ede a chembo ne fifi afem Abdul Razak Al Hassan apim na so bo na ntimi anko ba bia referee apega ne nsa se e fa ya mfa to wona Montia Nations FC Trompo wahura pimbo na dia chemu our nation say ti ad box ni abo shot na so da bi Augustine Okra enya akwanya wo ball shot na go po ne nchepe e goal kicker ye ball area ti Bechem United sima edu emienu of eti kantemu ani Bechem United and Shebi Nations FC and so and Shebi.
But I think it was a very nice attempt from Augustine Okra. So far, over Ejuma, Rick Sakiti, will game no more. Now his duty and say Obe Yusu ne body no as the decoy. Obe holding up play and making sure say Obe Timie creating those spaces no. Ediama Augustine Okra and Afe Emmanuel Aban and Foster Sakiti once again nearly getting to the baller. Sanon Ebeyibo on the free honor. If they are able to feed him, I think say Obetimi create some of these goal scoring opportunities no at the Bechem United.
Referee say foul young fanto na Montia Nations FC. Esan say Ivan Safo we kotwa no. Nations FC wo mo ekwabo no e mfimfin. Ya cannot from that so referee say ento aso. A throw in here to Adetia Nations FC. Augustine Okra and then we'll show him so betting me a boy sunset. I know my shadow could yin for Momo. Nations FC, so I did their mom with some betting me. A team could name our group and they would just so able so. A dear the Momo. One bad Ghana Premier League in your Muntimi and Mohamedin Kunimunda. A corner kick here for Adetia Nations FC. Bechem wapeja dia chemna so be abonubohum.
So it was a perfect opportunity. Said Kobe sending in that dangerous cross, but border boy, you know, way off target. And Nyadia, every time I locating any of his teammates. Clearly, I think Sir Coach from Portman saw a bit worried because we'd expect that in a crucial game like this, with full backs, and because in a 3-back system, we have wing backs are athletic, we are quite energetic, running on and off the ball. But so far, so we were given no critically. Bechem United, you see the wing play and wing play no, and then Mark Williams Boateng and the air ball at the right side. Then of course, Ibenya Brendan Entry Sapon on the left side. And always all the time, because Bechem United, Kofi Tompuo, any Frank Amankwa dominated the midfield meeting. They be now wing backs, you know, and was almost like joining the midfielders are Omuwo Fifi or Ivan Safo and Afi Abrante Kevin Ampofo. Say they be a lot of numbers, nobody overcrowded that midfield, and that is not working for them. The moment Bechem United ever for ball in Biano, they are able to locate spaces on the flanks, and then you see one more attackers, you know, Emmanuel Aban and then Augustine Okra having that control of that ball. And most times, you know, when they get that control, they find players in and around the 18-yard box, and very deadly when you are playing against players very strict. Those passing, no. Nations should be very careful. If they concede before the 20th minute, goals never does in the game, because they will have to come all out and try to make equalizing. And the system that they are playing with the players on mobile and the wing backs, you know, and more will create a lot of spaces. Into we may just with Honum and I know that Bechem United able to me a capitalize it, no match about goals. But in the first 15 minutes of the game, I think that we have enjoyed quite an interesting 15 minutes.
Rabin Osman and the Japan Chedima Nation Service, Wapeja Bono at the Chemo, Bono Fifi from Rapping. Bechem United at J.O. Fifi, and so that be the Piasso at the Bonacoma, Oko Gripman. Rasaka Ibona de Achemu Nation Semanchen and so many other price and say, Womoso Pesa group, I should no mutimidin kunimum. Bona Trashia, my goalkeeper, Emmanuel Aining, one and a postman area, Erima Bechem United. Sima, it drew ancient Temweni, be entering for about Tony Young Quatem, Ghana Premier League 2025-2026 season where a match, Nasa Kensia. A tosso and what we need the kind cry. And yepo, Nana Fosu, Diabago Pameso, Bono and Fifi Afem. And then Oche Echawa Raymond Oko Grepman, Nafe Razak, Samson, Omuya Juma Papa, Ewe Cheho, Takia Champion, Wapiga Bonnet Achemu. Yes, so you born in 10 pass on the bonnet free. Referee say a foul, young fan to now in Montian Nation Service Sunset. A free kick. Abdul Razak Al Hassan. But the Amaya were champion. Jaudia Fanny Fanfaso. Al Hassan. Gasla Franny. Across the bonnet and Tedia Chemun and so. And say, Oba Iboda Chem Nation Service AJ or Piasso de Bona Fanny Fan. Oko Gripman. One of the crab on the Piasso de Fan Fifi. Kwame Boachi, referee say foul, young fan to one Muntia, Bechem Sanse, Abdul Razak Al Hassan Ekuchai, Emma Center referee George Mauli, former Wajefa with them, Eddie Nation FC, Wapeja Eddie Chemu. Bona Trashy through in here to Eddie Nation FC. Pato Chanato for Mama Refia Sajefao, Edetia Nation FC. Suwe Disuhini Sulemana Nation FC Crabono 150. Achibona dia from some Piasso da Quetia Komaya wa champion. Represent to us. Nanko Henry so beje fawa dia mano so sent to us. Imanola no ya wona to be kra represent to us and represent fawa mo me san say ono kwa na de ball na ko nipa mienu and an each so I'm a referee George Mauli Voma was say foul. Young Fatro na Muntia Bechem United.
Clearly, I think say Yahweh champion Oni Abrante Emmanuel Ampia Omunyano decided to back off for the player instead of the ball because none of them any touch on the ball after say Emmanuel Ano the only option was say blocking and when you don't have a touch on the ball now who could clatter the player now rightly also referee never saw for an infringement and so far I think say in the first 20 minutes George Mauli Verma in a huge control of the game making sure so be making the right calls at the right time and I think that game no definitely after and you with the dangers teams no bit me posy to one another
Sima Adjuno and Tamu and your fate kind Bechem United and Shape Nation FC and Shape and we say Razak Simpson Ivan Safo Womuna Ejnabon Echnafi Kwame Boachi Kwame Apija Bona Chimens Roboboni Buhu a goalkeeper called Ediama Bechem United goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin a Fabona catcher the Manchester Munkum Enin Apija Bona de Chemo Ewon Fifia Fen probably Appin Nation Service a Jibona de Flomonsem or Gestana Franny Mensa make us say the money was any power group of Meso a Franny Mensa Pijabona de Bona Fabinkum Bechem United one more year Biason betting me try to decline or I can say Debbie AFL yeah boy the Bechem United is sunset Augusta Franny Mensa Eku try na center referee George Mauli Voma yellow card decline Ako Ediama Bechem United.
Of course, I think they had advantage over the ball, and you see he mistimed his kick, and eventually Okate Suedu added to Fema referee no Aje a free kick, first yellow card of the game. Suedu Swahili, one of the young players, team signing here. Before the start of this season, was signed from Dreams FC after so making 9 appearances last season at the moment, and he became a cult hero in the Dreams FC midfield role, ensuring say me control that midfield for them this season. Nations 8 and now this season all but in the heart of midfield at the moment. At the start of the season, injuries now a man of but since we recover, he's become an integral team member or partner Kevin Ampofo and after Ivan Safo in that midfield 3. So far he's been excellent in there. Hope say Obitima so Abon Homade
Bona Kwakodi Bechem United Amadou Abdoulaye Bona Trash referee a foul young Fantona Yemuntia Nation FC Abdul Razak Al Hassan will appear so command goalkeeper Emmanuel Leni Abdul Razak at Bona Kwechi but the Amani goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin the Bona Fifi Jawa Champon Bechem United Ashasi Bobby with Bona Fabinkum Nesro Gripman. Shibona Manatrash, Feruna Yeto, Ariete Nations FC. Gripman, the money goalkeeper, Ruben Osman. Osman Pegabona, their Fanny Fafaso, Nations FC Omaji, a Piasso de Amatompu, Tompo Yibona de Achemo, Augusta Luca, the Bonafabinkum, Nenso Debi, went to Mianfa Amanatrash. A throw in a Nations FC Eto Eddie Etia Bechem United Sima Adjuno and 9 Wendy be Anthony Fabo Anthony Young Quarter Bechem United and Sebi Nations FC so and Shebi Rabin Osman apeja eda chemu mfifia fa mu rapim referee say a foul yam fanto na ye montia nations of ya 210% so bon ntimi ankoba bia Jawa champion Abdul Razak apeja bona chemu Nenso Razak sense na pin e woni fa so Kofi Tompo Nango Gaston Okrobeti mi financial Pianso command goalkeeper compare ho asem to yibo na to ba bi kura amana trash here Ferobi na yetro edetia Nations FC akansi ni my dia fa no mienu no bi e bo no modern Ghana Premier League winning match atoso motwe ayepo Jedi kan matches atoso motwe no we Jedi kan ayepo e wona na fosu ji aba group amaiso Gaston Okra so rankasa ebeto atobo no dia chemu na so mapem bo na free Sipo na dia chemu Imanolano akopia ama referee Judge Maoli former was here foul young fanto na yemuntia Nations FC.
But I think it was a dangerous play from Bechem United in that instance. So I was saying with me club or no 1884, and that's why we say Bechem United players are very much agitated because Omunya 80 box in each year. It looks as if Omunya a lot of touches on the ball, and for a team that is looking to score a goal, and I think it's the reason why almost the coach and a teammates in here are complaining for that kind of sluggish play in front of goal. So far, Emmanuel Ano taking game to them, and that is inequality. Woman is spacer, overutilizing those spaces and over how. And a player of that nature, man is spaces, and I think so far he's been arguably one of the best players at the Nations FC ever game with me.
Kwame Boache Nations FC run to the modern ball. I swear you feel the short and answer there be. A go kick here for the Nations FC. A yakwe say Nations FC swap I can see me papa. Bechem United that shall see Nations FC of Tosimienu Ivan Safo. The modern ball I swear you feel for me. Piano to form a referee say foul. Jemfatona Yemuntia Nations FC is answer. Woko piano Emmanuel Aban apeja bona dia chemu Nenso Ensayera Sukra wabo short Nenso goalkeeper Rabin Osman Asumu Ediama Nations FC.
27 minutes in the game. This is the first shot on target. APM from both sides. We've enjoyed one or two good exchanges, but Obian Sharan threatened any of the goalkeepers. And I think that this strike, it will pin the doors for other players who are making a try. Somebody hits a shot on target. So far, I think Bechem United just playing at home now. They look a bit comfortable attacking, and they are looking on those little spaces no my exploiting. But for Nations, I think the numbers they have behind the ball and I had the magic at their mom this afternoon.
Nations FC Manchester any a pass on betimi enya go dikan wa kan say mu one modern boss when you Gaston Okra appear so the one kwachi akwa Emmanuel Aban Debbie pass on man ntimi anko ya Jeff from nsem Nations FC appear modern 10 pass on so a offside here Emmanuel Ano ni hu pa wonya bona so wokwaya ne ehu edema Bechem United defenders into aya no ma ya hwe ye.
It was a very tight call, but rightly so. I think the assistant line too Esporte Emmanuel Ano said he was a fraction offside, and yes it would have been a dangerous play by Bechem United were more defense
Abdul Razak Al Hassan Sipo na chimna so entimi anko Gaston Okra who happen ya jibo na dey from nsem Ivan Safo pia so e dey ama Oko Gripman. Who's assistant la one Pejana Francano say a foul young fatuo na Yemuntia. Bechem United. Yawa champion and the Kucha. Emmanuel not the top form. Emmanuel I don't know always or pace panty. Woman is spacer. Bema dey fire time. O nimrika ne to Jan Kakrabia or the one be fire one kwapche. Eno na ma ayedin e dey ma Emmanuel Abamo so betimi akoma ni makoboa. A free kick here power there to Bechem United ball possession. Nations FC ball 55 and afi Bechem ball 45. Nations FC on modern bono was so kakra at the chain Bechem United. A free kick. A player born at the Chamber and some up in my field. A trash here, a throw in here to Adetia Bechem United. A throw in here to the Adetia Bechem United. Mark Williams Boating. Oko Gripman. Acquiring from Swami Achibona, their friends. Bechem United, the betting in great kind, and so that be a offside here. Bechem United. Raymond Oko Gripman, Kwayam from Swan and Kaya Buakem. Nations FC, Emranton, or Somoya, he is Sansona Bechem. Promotion Abresima, Piasa, Bakuntamweni, Wafeti Kain. Bechem United and CB, Nations FC, and so NCB, Ghana Premier League winning match at Tosso Moche, Ayepo. Nations FC. Suedu Suhini Suleimana. Border trash here. Kofi Tompu. Where I come a Yawa champion. Jao de Bona Kwakoma Ibana Pano Binkum. Nenso de be went to me and Naswa Manatash here. A through in here to Editia Bechem United. Achibona de film in some Bechem Mumani Abresa Quambia so metini Ashe Great Kind when you born the Achemu or guest look at that from Menso referee was the Entwaso. Goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin. Wadiakwa Koma Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Al Hassan de Bona Fanfifi. The Piasso de Makofito Debbie went to me and so. And Jedia finished him. Menso Mayama Bona trash through in a yeto Editia Bechem United. Kwame Boache. Borona Kofa Bonebeto Ediama Nations FC. Augustin Ukra. Referee Ashena Ben said we are now born and Mukope so kakrebi nom nafi yenya kwega entrance say we are now boyipa sima ediasa me Santa Muani Bechem United Nations FC and so NCB.
Well, it's been quite an interesting game so far. We were two teams now are exchanging very good kind of energy. So Bechem United in that border they are yet to find the back of the net. We are giving it critically. They've just hit one shot on target. I will give them more for Nations FC. Yes, Emmanuel are not air running, but all the runs like Emmanuel are not air, you know. And they are yielding in any serious play. Obeka say or forcing goalkeeper into making any save in the game. And the child say yes, they are dominating. They hold a higher percentage of possession, but some possession and yielding any serious attacking threat in there. Until to me, every 8-year box anymore. No man hit a shot on target. No, I think the Nations FC is still able control of this game. But in the first 35 minutes, just 10 more minutes to end the first half. No, I think that game I are quite interesting.
Man, we say Steven Frimpong and Raymond Grepman Ekasa Etromo and Yoma Bakumi Ruby on Bayer Betimia Boama Bechem United into Fabo and Tromatrim referee George Mauli Voma and Chibio Bechana Bena Fiasa Track and Seneso Musa Fenumi Naba into a 3-year tour Editia Bechem United Kwame Boache Bonona Kofabon Wadiama Nations FC Wato Achipone dia fee Nations FC nsem na so masa kwakwaje won fifi akanse ni maye dia fa nenu mi no bi e bono homodin Nations FC e bono homodin Bechem United e bono homodin apeja e dia chem na so ko group man ahura pem Ivan Safo referee so ni ento aso Razak Simpson, the one day panel so. Referee say foul, young Fantuana, Yemuntia. Amadou Abdullah, Isan say, woke up him Razak Simpson. Emma Santa referee, George Mauli Vomao. Achefa Wedetiano. Kwame Boache. But short and so there be a cookie ball at the Nations FC. I fed no ball our ball, and we are going to be a bit to me at the Boatwatering. And found say Bechem United TFA airport at the Nations FC. No, be a bit to me the ball at on young quatrain. Abdullah Razak Al Hassan. A pida at the Chemo Augusta Luca. She bought a pass that will be to me across the bonnet challenge there be a goal kicker airport at the Bechem United. Augusta no crowd to me say what play ye pass and say if you feel go permission and yasam kito. Rabin Osman, goalkeeper the Nations FC. Pierre so the bona fan. Referee say foul young Fantuana Muntia Bechem Sanse Raymond Grepman Mark Williams Boateng and then why you let your pampe say Nyadi Obama Kwama Bechem United team at what now can see him. The goalkeeper Rabin Osman Apeja Eda Chemon Fifi FM. Nenso referee say pushing a cross on Tia Fantuana Yemuntia Nations FC. Payabon and pass to the Bonachem Bechem United between me guest look across the Bonachem so be anyhow. I'm a nation, someone sack and Bonakwadi. Nations FC. Momoda Sukrabon with Piasso de Fabinkum. Sue Dunan so there be went to me and Fabon and Kwamana trash here. A 3-winner yet to Editia. Bechem United. Kwame Boache. What to born with the rare Bechem 8-yard box in the Modibona P. Sue do pass from an end to me and Kwajedia feelings. Bechem United. Oko Grepman a pen. Bona Benfifi. What about Fabin Kwakodi, Kevin Ampofo? Ampofo de Kwame Boateng. Kwame Boache the one after the Fafaso. Suedu apega bona de achemu. Nenso ye fa ye bo e de nation service. Shawa champion would defend the way ho na wiai e de ma Bechem anya sam keto akra. Imanola no enim won wo ha dwen.
Yeah, champion one of the most experienced players ever the Ghana Premier League from Karela 11 Wonders in Marco Toko and then to Bechem United. And when we said John Former will catch and say, I've seen you talk a lot in the game. When you're careful because when you're in charge of the game, you're just foul mouth. You don't have to complain. The more you complain, the more you infuriate the referee and obey to me issue a booking in there. So John Former will caution, but so far I think that he's been able to repel all the danger. Face our charity any Emmanuel Ano Eddie Ebano. He's so experienced in the sense that at the heart of defense, we're making sure say obey to me calm things up. Ediama Bechem United.
Nations FC. So I do order from referee say a foul. Jean Fantona Emuntia Bechem. Me say Abdul Razak Al Hassan won't complaining. A foul is also the move. Intimidating Abdullah Hassan or complaining to referee. Maoli former Al Hassan, Pigabona de Achemu, Augustine Uka. Across the bonnet de Achemu, Maruines will be at Yanka. I'm a bona trashy, Gro Kicker, Nations FC. One more airport Etienne Bechem United Sima Ediana Bako Fedikan Ghana Premier League match at Tosso and Motre and Yerbo and area Dedikan Kra and a Coso Ewanafusu Giabago Vonsuha Bechem United and Shabi Nations FC and so to me for ball and to Atenem the goalkeeper Rabin Osman Wapeja Ediachemon Fifi FM Woman Rapim Nensubona Trashy through a yeto Eddie Etia Bechem United. Mark Williams Boateng. If you have from Nana said the first one from the money boss any year pa. Bona Kwako di Kwame Boache. Boache the Bona Fabin Kumi. Where they come up Brandon and Trisapon. Nenso referee say a foul. Jean Fanto na Emuntia Bechem United. Brandon entry sapon. Nations FC wa piga bona dia chemu na nsuko keeper. Emmanuel A ni Nedimika kwa kosoboni. Apiga dia chemu fifi afem mo hura pem. Ampofo. Pia so de bona Fabin Kuma fa so kwa di Brandon entry sapon. Sapon piga bona tenten di bona chemu. Nensi apem bona de free wo. Ya wa champion. Brandon and Trisapon, the bona Fabin Kum and Trisapon Sakwa Jewo, Big Kumafa across the bonnet at Chimney. So the Chim United, a Yibon influencer, Sakwa Coordination FC. Nation say, be as some meeting attracted the Kevin and Poffo. What am I Kwame Boache? Then should there be a trash here, a throwing here to Edia Bechem United. Kwame Boache. Pija bona dia chemu na so da bi o ma pimo amana trash referee say e corner kick Jean Fanto na Emuntia Bechem United Jawa champion ni modern match ni we chiro papa ball ba no apem e corner kick e ball e dia Bechem United Sima Adriana 9 Kasima Bako na Sima Adriana no asu corner kick. Ivan Safo the Japan echi Edema Nations FC. Ivan Sapeja Bonedi Achemu. Nanso ma pe bona free. Basa yi Bonedi aba. Goalkeeper Emmanuel Aini na somo Ediama Bechem United. Papa bona 10 Edi Achemu. Nanso pushing across referee Ajefao. Edi Atia Nations FC sanso ye pia o Gaseluka edi neto form. Simadi ananu nyina so referee si emfasi mamiensa ene nto akense ne so. Emmanuel Aban. Nanso bona ntimi akon Gaseluka je. Pia so ne bona ko benkum. First Asakiti. Abana pida bona dia chemu nenso da bi. Apim bona dia free one say. Eye goal kicker yepo ede etia Bechem United. Sima miensa yede to so no make say ya bomu ba kwa anisa. Ghana Premier League we match to so ngo twe akan say di kan ayepo match to so ngo twe me hu say Nations FC Abrante ba ko down ko Pamaro City center referee George Mawuli former wo se ntwentwa so na fe yenkohwe na enya kwanya entimi entwa akensede so.
I think that it's been quite an interesting first half. Two teams sitting in our show glimpses of being a good side. Orient Nations have been very compact, well organized. So as Bechem United, in as much as Emmanuel are tormenting the back line, they've been able to stand on their toes now. I'm making sure say dangers are Emmanuel and baby on Bechem repelling. In the first 45 minutes, there's little to choose from the two teams, but so far I think game now are quite excited. Two coaches, are very much tactical in the game. The fluidity. What am I our champion? A champion the bona fide Fifi Amanakodi, Emmanuel Lampia, Al Hassan, or guest na Fanny Mensa, a piga Eda Chimunensia Pimbo Refio, referee George Mauli, former Washena Bendi, a case of Fedika Nina, Abanawi, Bechem United, Entemy, and Shebi, Nations FC, and so and Shebi. Very break I will make a break. Let me turn on because I know I'm fine.
You know, GFA.
That's some for her.
For the girls. Hesterine from UEFA joined Bernard Lippe, the technical director of the Ghana Football Association, for this launch.
The road ahead will be rough, will be muddy. But as a family, as a unit that believes in the vision of investing in our tomorrow, we will get there.
Support for the regional football associations has been immense since this administration took office. The Executive Council has come up with landmark interventions and support programs to cushion the 10 regional football associations.
Support that are coming from the FA down to the Regional Football Association is something that we never imagined. Juvenile football receives support, women's football receives support, administratively same.
Some of these interventions include supply of free footballs to juvenile and women's Division 1 clubs through FIFA Forward 1.0, free FIFA youth coaching workshop for development coaches, free training of juvenile scouts in the regions.
The future of our sports heavily lies on your shoulders. If you get it right, it means our collective future is protected.
The Football Association, with the help of FIFA, also successfully organized a special goalkeepers course at the Ghanaman Center of Excellence at Pram Pram.
It's been a very entertaining first 45 minutes here at the Nana Fosuji Abuo Park between Bechem United and Nations FC. But no goes to show it is.
The first 45 minutes of the game involving Bechem United and the Nations FC. Obi antimi antoat na ofa edin kano goalless na ekopiemu enso ehonmo but the very hon komo na ahwe de was two coaches no Frimpong Manso and Desmond Isabotwe and no more so mo ye no mututu ni so that wom ebetimi the needed results are womo epe but yam fast that kese asida PSC asida wampimo asiedu asida chencherenche enko emfema high sense say womo product no matete so enti bomodin ye papa na kojibi Sanso so NNA bomodin so said they were 539 directors work ho ebi between 1 and 39 who selected 5 numbers are obo star 44 a year 6 hasha ubenya kakra na bibia so etimi akoso de amount Sanso and Father Abraham spiritual and herbal hospital and so ebo ye chidoma ye de ensemu and so bremo na ye say see etia ye ba dan ye ho abatiawa ye ba Solomon Amankwa ba be ka me ho na ya hwede o se teams no mienu ye na umudi nkunim ewo fa etoso emino ha Eyonia TV Ghana Premier League match day live ebazisia.
In the beginning, life feels heavy. But then, hope arrives. Star 446 hash saves you in the Dewa Chop Money draw at 10 a.m.
Congratulations!
Give your dream a chance. Give your dream
Better,
a chance.
like life. Dewa 539 gives another chance for those who missed their morning Chop Money draw to get lucky in the daily Dewa Rush Hour draw at 1:30 p.m.
Play every day.
And you may draw no so shall dial star 446 ash. Nika Dewa 539 direct loto no. Let this 7 o'clock and you may be
24 hours, 3 daily draws at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Dewa 539 is designed to save you in the moments that matter most. Play every day, win every day. Dewa after.
Ebano air conditioner ebopa ediba kupene diwa kutne high sense air conditioner high sense AC promo na bebio e 28 October egosi 8 November high sense AC ya sheda ya magana for ewo gold plated fins and a 100% copper pipes high sense AC esobini ho ewo Ghana ha ejina ne naso abribia horsepower ebeka no enwa na ne feso de esobini babia Yawa size ahudo bebre enti hwehwem na yiwudie yawa standard any inverter models wuta yama 5 years manufacturer defect warranty for high sense showroom bia 28 October kose 8 November Friday 0302 550000 we no shishaya kakra wo ho high sense everyday prices for everyday people.
Emribi etwem apomuden hu nsem agi ensem ho emma osuru yedin emma sase ediawere ho enti onyankopon nam da esumu eda enua eni habama ebeji adasama enkwa ekire adujamfi okumanini barima enu akire no adujamfi esa kotra kwayem ededuanan agwamfa nsuo ankana no menu mienu apomuden penti wenti enigisem onyankopon de yare nyina so tumi ahye Dr. Tamda sonsa dise di wawuo anase yesie no nkoa ene wontimi na yaresa bia ho de wasiesie ho kama fika krabi ba gwa yaresa ewo kumase abuakwa agogo frayen 0244 774282
oyalefo bia kaise udimafo medimafo heba clinic Dr. Taso.
Agogan,
Sankofa Festival train no. Asa to the award. Ororio. Ahoy. Niagona. When you say ya no say train netu. Na di na nature from Montem. Volta region niago. Enti bomodia so be catch fan no. Abra ye di dwumedie akesie ehihye so. Dwumedie ya hihye no ene this way. Ya di Volta Economic Forum ehihye so. From Montem ekanko enim puntu ene ye di brewo. Sana cooking contest kesie ebaso ye bebo data. Ahemfo atwoto ro ebetrase. Nya bosedwe ewo hogbepa. And don't forget enyumre no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the big music jam and everywhere. Ewo Early Beach Resort. Featuring Samini, Chief One, Adbeshi, Kenny Ice, and many more. Onia Sanko Factory, Basso, Volta Region, Kaise date no, 31st October, it was the 3rd November. Onia Sankofa Festival Train, Onia TV, and the Onia 95.1, and Edinburgh.
You may call Masia saying, EcoBank, officer, oh, your guy.
Blue Jeans Energy Drink. Original Omega Beaters.
Nana for Sujabo Park. Bechem United nil. Nations FC 0. Every statistics about in the first 45 minutes now. Now in the whole game no more papa. Two teams nina air bomber den so betimi atwat na wom etimi enyan konimdie. Abraham say Brandon be people now say ye say ye hunemani odwani echemu father Abraham Herba and spiritual hospital obebwa amwapom den etimi SCP Brandon Ghana Premier League match ayekos wo Bechem Nana for Sujabo Park Bechem United and in Nations FC obi entimi to atna for me phone mama and I win yam de no me phone na me fema how there for mama okay muta moto see you and yes how's me ntia no ma na nchera na we chia no masa if you are calling him masa so say ene 31st enti say wasan akonenim okay enti boy amane now congratulations I first half na me bisa question first 45 minutes no I say 50-50 but Mr. Muta yentia on the workers here 50-50 in the first four. That's how I saw it. Compact game so far. Very, very compact. I think two managers coming into the game no be any exactly what they needed to do. Bakada say so we game critically. Nations FC are yet to hit a shot on target. Yeah. They are yet to hit a shot on target. Enti enyami wanwa because ideally Omon Fabo Bakokran to Nations Bechem Atenem. Yeah. Ever since we're in the Premier League, internet and Shada Nyawa. But that's what I'm hold the two teams. Well, I think the absence of Dalvin Yeboah affected Bechem United, but we expect say in the second half now, of course, goes with him. Ghana Premier League, this season goes to the Taba in the second half, so I will not be surprised in the second half. Goes. All right, thank you. Now, your commentator, Bismarck Kusapon, therefore, to me, offer to me, a comment say, Nana for Sujabo, Sports Stadium, Nations, they defended from left side to the right side on the commentary position on your screen. See, anymore, say, Nations, everything in your go, and I say, Bechem United for a bomber, so between your go in terms of, say, Omoke can pass in the bomb, no many are prepare. Say me at the Ghana Premier League live on Onia TV. Nations FC versus Bechem. The amount. This is Bechem United at Nana for Sujabo Park or more airboard yet here Nations FC. Give them more Eddie. Edema Afan we expect in the second half. Bechem United ebe take a game to Nations FC and be quite an easy second half. Ghana Premier League, we've seen a lot of goals in the second half, and then Bechem United clearly in the second department of the game, so we are expecting that in the second half now quite an entertaining second half. So far we've just done a minute in the second half, and then of course Nations in a quicker possession of the ball at this moment or we hear them say on be attack
Nation says the branch of the Renim so Metilania. A go and answer go so I can say me. Mark Williams up at the Chibo. Nelson Bona Trash a throw in the two at the Tia. Nation FC. Iman Lampia. One when I cover board, what two at the Chibo, a 150 from Murapi. A foul. Nation FC. A branch of Baku able to Agopamano so Raymond Oko Grapman. Now it's a center referee. George Maoli Formao. And then in such a say, Yemfatuana in Muntia. Nation FC. About short and so on and Tinian Comedia. Jawa champo wa pema ya mani goalkeeper nenso ball engineer kwa mwa kila mana trashe Emmanuel Eni what yetem Bechem United NCB Nations FC NCB match atoso enwotwe e Ghana Premier League match dikan e na yebo a throw in a year to Adietia. Bechem United were Tonenso. Bechem a Yibon and 10 pass the bonnet fuel. Referee a foul was a center, who was assist coach at the man Bechem United. Esteban Desmond, the ball for pass a referee into the basket. I was a Wajifa, what it here, Bechem United, and that's what you had to my son say. Mark Williams Boating. And they can't talk from Foster Sakite or the Kodi Science Morning. AFR. Piabonadia Chemu, Nesoma Pimbona Fio. It won't feel FM. Nation says, one modern boss, Papa, or the Monaco Coma. Kwame Boache Nations FC Pfizer Chawate wa Piaso wa Monaco Koma Mark Williams Rebi across the team and Koya wa Champo ya cannot form referee and Traso Emmanuel Laban pass on man and Timianko ama Oko Grapman the goalkeeper Ruben Osman wa yi ade ache mo ntimi anko ba bia kwa kodi kofi tompo Nelson referee George Maoli former wa share na ben say Bechem United bench ba kweda ko pamaro sintie nkokwe no na enya akwanya ntimi entwa akanse bi so akanse ni ma de afene no mi no bia pese odi enkunim ewo mu Bechem United he so betimi adi nkunesan say afi Ghana Premier League na no man say da enkoyi enfaman Samson Nations FC afidie no ene man say da enkoyi enfaman jama eni bre abagere no bia pese odi enkunim say na be ya mame ensa ewa akanse no mu bako ensa ebetimi aka.
Well, obviously, for Nations FC, I'm going to try to say, I'm going to correct lots of mistakes with a new coach, with a new thought, new ideologies. And clearly, Omar Dream said, regardless of what the outcome will be in this game, they will not go home without a point. And then for Bechem United, right in front of your fans, this one you cannot go so many matches without a victory, and that is unlike Bechem United. And to try say in this particular encounter, at least Anya Krano, I'm picking with say a slim Krana. The only thing they want to know is the victory. And then Friday, their supporters are at the stadium. I'm going to try to cheer them up. So clearly, I don't know game no I quite a yet tactical, but we just expect that before the end of the game, obviously, at least a ball ever turned net in this game.
And you're going to kick a year ball at the Nations FC. Head down, you bet me and your goal, and now go. So what I can say more. Piga ada chemno so mapim bona da so e wo etiat box no whatsapp him asa trash e corner kick a year ball at the Nations FC Emmanuel Aban one regional ball nechi Emmanuel Aban nechi wa peja ade achemu womasa apem referee say esaye corner kick yemfanto na yemuntia Nations FC corner kick ni we toso miensa wobo.
But why is he moving the ball from the line? And the referees are not even checking it.
Apeja ball na ade achemu Nations FC Faiza Chaute when the crowd are betting at National Derby. Ajibone de feelings and Kofi Tobu. When you throw in Adiama Bechem United. I find no be upon Homodi. Emmanuel Aban. Atobono Adia Fabin Kuma Faso, Nansoma Pimbono Fifi. Ayafa. Suwedu Suhini Sulemana. What are from South Sudan, Emmanuel Aban of Bechem United, and also other from.
It was a dangerous clash of heads, and in association football, the two players, or more air clashes, regardless of where the position of the ball is. I was a referee, a how to play, and of course, more able to me attended to them, and that's exactly what from our eye.
A center referee no say omo betimi ato na afei jetimi anya akwanya na yato akanse no so Nations FC chitafo no kakra koy no mo bonsem e de ma team no sanso na Bechem United wo ma chitafo de ti wa yedin ehwese na akanse no ebesi akọ Emmanuel Abana so le jane na so wa sorry e de jane na so ti ehwese Sued Suhini Sulemana no subetini asore jane na so Suedu Suhini Sulemana asore jane na so nti enche be referee be che na ben na ya to aso Ivan Safo ene jabo na chi e de Nations FC aye fake Ivan Safo apega e de achemna so mapem e de free wo Pia so de bona ko Benkuma Faso Nations FC Kwame Boachi apega chimne so mayi bona fi bona ko akodi mfifi Razak de bona ko Benkum Nesu bona ntimi anko ba bia referee say ye foul ye fato na ye montia Nations FC sanse Eko piano didn't from Efa Nations FC and see Ibona Mana trash through in here to Bechem United. Suedu appears to be a question. When I'm a Kwame Boachi. Appears to be a Masuedu, Asada Makwame, Kwame a Pigabona de Chemu. Nenzo Bianwanka, Amanatashi, go kicker. Bechem United Airport, Editia Nations FC. Siva Edunum Enum, Ness of Fetos in Unisimadu, and I abort Ediakahum. Bechem United, with Pigabona Chimamana Trash throwing. Jeto Editia Bechem United. Mark Williams Boati, Watubono, Max Aje, Wasadia Quechi. Atrashe, referee through in Yento Elfentia, Nations FC, Emmanuel Aban, Wato, Nelson Foster Sakite, Naswaman Atrashe, a goal kicker, Yepo Editia, Bechem United, goalkeeper, Rabin Osman. One on the Jabonetti. Trouble on the team on Fifi FM. From a rapping. Oko great manapim. Coming up to hold reference. A foul young fan to now a Muntandish FC Sunset. Brandon MP Sapon, who could design someone in a refugee for the Tiana. I pay about a team nations of my year from a friend. Bona trashy through in Bechem to Editia Nations FC. I pay out Editia Nations. I found some up in Bonnet Field. Offside airport Editia Bechem United. Augustin Uka. By a Biana so go unto him fan to Atenema and Navy.
He's been climaxed, he's been eclipsed so far. We said that who know ever gave him more because the kind of ball now Bechem United airborne. It'll be very difficult. They are always lobbing the ball into the 80-yard box, and Usho gets low crowd heights now. He's not meant for that kind of system. It's always all the time now. Ball no it will be to me and for ball nibi. Until say on be decided so me ball no e wo a year toughness no. It will be always difficult to have your key man dominating and also contributing a game no more.
Referee say foul you fan to na ye Muntia Nations FC. Na we say Emmanuel Band. We jump on so on me ball simu kra. Nations FC. Trash ye throw in here to Editia Bechem United on Fifi FM. Kwame Boache. Eche ho no modern baso ani ye papa. Area Man Nations FC. Kwame Boache wono na kofa ball na beto. Nenso refi akaje so fa ball na mrechi kra. Esa nya ho na ball na FI. Kwame di ball na banachi. Atu ball no nenso asaji. On Fifi FM, you born their first row. I trust here, referee and 220 Nations FC. Bechem United, a Biaso Betimania go Nations FC. One more way, Biaso Betimania go, Augustin Afranemensa. Referee, Foul and Fantona, Muntia Bechem United Sunset. Kwame Boache kwe na e piano de nto from ama referee aje fa ode man to make us Kwame wada so eda go pa man so referee se ntwe na fe ne honto na fe nya kwanya ntime nto aka ese so sima adrosi Kwame Boache aso le jane na so Razak Simpson one on the job one chi Edeman Nations FC Refia Shena Ben Razaka Pija and a chimney Bonnie will feel from National be a trash here. I throw me a year to Editia Nations FC. What two are the Aquamaya champion? Shower champion, Equaboni, Bonafan from Manchester Tibianco. Refia say a foul, young Patuana, Emuntia Nations FC Sunset. What did Nako Kaya champion? Abdul Razak Alasan on the Jabon Chidima Bechem United. Apilabon and Tempaso the Bona Chimney from up in Bonnefilo. Referee say a foul. Aitia Bechem United. Suwa Dusuhini Suleimana. Upon the home de Papa Passation Ivan Safo. In Fifi Afem Hodima Nation subsidy. Make us our modern born Akosui Papa. A free kick. Razak Simpson. A piga Edia Chemo. Nelson Pimbonefio. ɛntumi ankɔ baabi akɔ akɔdi Nations FC wɔpia so de bɔ nafa nifa Emmanuel Aba Kanato from referee foul yamfa to na emuntia Nations FC say Emmanuel Aba Kanato mfimfia fam kra na referee gina hɔ pɛ no so dabi with the yamfa to na emuntia Nations FC.
Well, that was an intelligent play for Emmanuel Aban. Or realize this Bono will lose possession, so he just had to give himself to the defender. There was nothing like a touch in there. He just had to use his intelligence. So we need that free kick, and spot on, we need that free kick.
Sima Etiosia Mienunta Mwani Ghana Premier League winning match at Tosso and Mopia Yebo. The people be and then Diegusu Ekosu, Namiadmo China matches in the South Russell. Evans Afuanya yellow card. Nations FC. The chain United robot shot against the goalkeeper. Rabin Osman Asomu at Ama Nations FC. Make us a branch bako Edago Pramanaso.
It was a very beautiful interpositional play from Bechem United. It all started with Emmanuel Aban on your space and all finding Foster Sakite and or try say over hit on target, but as usual goalkeeper Ruben Sanon was always going to be at the right position at the right time which will make it save.
What's the journey now? Sunti referee and Trasso. Oko Gripman Akwako di Brandon and Trisapon Gora from referee Ajefao a center referee George Mauli Voma was a foul Yamfatro na Emuntia Bechem United Sunset Frank Amankwa and you say Nankanya foul na so referee dabi eh foul yamfato na yemuntia
This will be a perfect opportunity for Captain Razak Simpson gaining the qualities from dead-ball situations. And maybe about Dano, obviously he will try say Obeko for a shot on goal. Clearly, this might be the first time our Nations FC able to test a goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin in post. As to whether say Sabono could find the back of the net, we have just about splits of a second to decide, but it's a perfect opportunity for Nations FC to register a shot on target.
Je sais moi and a ball free kick no. Razak says an edge now also. And Ivan Safo and so Ejna Bonechi. Pfizer Chauti Ababekahun. Baby Abona Danimua, and so we be able to see. Razak says no about short and so baby. Yellow card Cordiama Bechem United meaning referee cast on 2012 into a Sabon game.
Of course, I think they also retaking because the wall did move before the kick, and clearly that is not what is supposed to be done. But then I think Yahweh champion is so Yabo trail the game no more. Kwaya offer so any George Voma will any altercations now. Voma will bet me you see that frustration area ascending up because the least mistake you are getting on the nerves of the referee. The least mistake Ubakunya another yellow card. Then we put a lot of pressure on the team. So Yahweh champion any Yabo trail in the game.
Free kick is aboni bi mesanse. Nations esanse Bechem United. Womo hima wono mu pie na bi obo no fa the goalkeeper watimi ayibo no dia fasoro corner kicker yebo tia Bechem United esanse. Na success no bobo ni ye partner goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin
That was Ivan Safo, and I think this means this is the first shot on target of Nations FC Enya ever given them, and it had to come from a dead ball situation. For Nations FC, they are trying to say use every single avenue. Enya the goaler or more expected, but Bechem United are quite resolute at the heart of defense. And so far, I think Omu defense are very, very disciplined, and they are making shots on Bekati every single attempt at Nations FC at the Beba.
And throwing here toward the Nations FC. I should want to find 50 from Nations so much. Pfizer Bonner Crocodile, Brandon and Chisapon went to me and found Kwamana Trash here. Throwing here to Ediatia and Chibia. Romo Ebe Sakaya, Ewa Kanseni. Coffee Tompo, if I can see him. Ama Emmanuel Sefa, Abishemesia Kennedy. Sanso and Davin Yabua Eba can see him. Abesia Kennedy Diama. Bechem United first Sakite Swafimu. Into 2 changes, Anasem Sakaya Omayeno. Nasa Aletia our case in Bechem United and Yambre.
Clearly, Onomuhia Davin Yabua ever give no more his direct rounds, his box energy. No, now Omuhia Ewonom. Now they needed a target man. Sakite Intimia Ofa. Yes, man, no Alpha Momo now comes in a Darwin Yabua or every quality to be one of the best strikers in the Ghana Premier League. As to whether some beat me a feeding with the balls are here, not obey me a make it much of an incursion. I will give him no time in the betray, but I think that is the spot on decision and obey me a make it.
Foul your poor Adiatia. Bechem United, no wishes. Coach Adima, Bechem United. Steven Desmond, Dreamwa Wantasia, Nations FC, A.S. Sakaye, Brandon and Trisapon, if I can see him. Ama Andrews Kobina, one ever shall you see a kind of
Andrews Kobina is signing from Sky FC. Last season he was played by injuries, but one player, Bismarck, watch him very well. Very, very good goal scorer. A winger, Kuman attacker, anytime Biano, Otmi pop it up with those big goals. And I remember 2 seasons ago at Sky FC, solid player he was. And so he expected to say Obetimaba lighting up the game. He was one of the key players I was expecting to say this season. And I say even last season, Obetimaba lighting up the game. But injuries, really no majority of the season out of Nations FC team. But this time around, he gets opportunity. You know what he brings on board.
Kwame Boachi Apijabona Chimen Soma Rapping Nations FC Abrache Bako Edako Pamanso Sole Janinaso Bechem United Apija Eda Chimen Soma Pim Piazza command goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin in a pick up on a Chemo Fifia Femu. A pyramid goalkeeper, Rabin Osman, Diama, Rimono Kogepna. Oko Gepman, the crab on a pigan Tintilia Chemo. Neso reference a foul, young Fantona, Imuncha Nations FC. Jawa Champon, and then watching with over Papa. What more here say on the drink couldn't our cancel Yawa Champion beam. Tenodika can yaw as I wanted to once a cry. A goalkeeper Emmanuel Enin Wapiga Bode Edachemo Woman reapping. Mentionation say ye amana trash throwing a year to Emmanuel Aban. Bonona Kofabo never to Wato Menso other from referee a foul young Fanto na Emuntia Nations FC Darvin Yabua back game in one chair. A free kick. Sima at Joshua back on time when you are cancelling. Ghana Premier League 2025-2026 season. Winning match at Tosso Moke and we're trying to winning match at Dikaya Airport. I want enough for Sujiabo Park, pick up on the Chimuneso. Nations up in Bonnet Field. Mark William Boating or pick up on the Chimu. Emmanuel in up him at the field. Bechem United on the crab on Fifi. You have a champion here that Chimuneso goalkeeper the PA minimum. Two Pia Day. Throwing here toward the Nations FC. At Bonnet pass from Bonacudi. Darvin Yabua. One only crab on one day, Papa. And Jibonetta Finnison. Throwing and Bechem toward the Nations FC. Augustin Lucas on Rancasaba towards him, Jomunkum. Now on to Boniface. Augustin Lucas. At one attempt to the Chimun and some up in Boniface. Nation FC United on one day, Papa. Passing defending on modern Bonnet was so. Nations FC. Jibona channel so be anyhow. Bechem United on Bechem United. Razak Simpson. Apobono Bonentimianko. Sabon say to Mamana Trashi throwing a Bechem Metro Ariatia Nations FC Emmanuel Sefa. Sefa Atubono was a Jango Kamakama or Yidiafa Akoma Emmanuel Laban. Nesha Ibone de Fiwo. Frankaman Kwa Ibone Fiwo. I can see the mind, Emmanuel Laban. One only crab on the Bechem United watching. Nesha Chibone for himself. Nations FC Omu defend the Bebia Ube Homo place no say Omo Bom Homadi a foul here for Ariatia Bechem United Sima Edioson and 74 minutes and Yapoa case will be entering for ball and to the Yonko Atlin.
Very, very KG counter and I witness here there will Bechem Nations FC in him won a point in this game a bit to my year Diamomo this season. Then of course Bechem United in himself, of course, if they don't get all 3 points, it'll be very difficult for them, especially as the season goes on. So clearly, the next 15 minutes of the game now, be quite a battlefield. Two teams in Abeko out to try as much as possible. Say, on Betima Kwakope a year the goal.
A free kick here for Ariatia Nations FC. Razak Senior Gastanuka. Bomweshi and Muna referee George Mauli Voma was a foul and Fantuana Yamuntia Nations FC. Baby about Ganimu at the Nelson will be able to near Siakasima, a drew enemies a referee and Fabian Tosua. I can't say in another banner. Augustin Oka, any Japonechi or your signing and then and my Bechem United. One on the Japonechi. Bechem and Sakai Jawano Eba can see him. Jawano Aba can see him. Ama Abdullah Amadou Onofia can see him. A goal kick. Bechem United a be as of betting a team Kurima can say Sanse a day at the Mandation Service Selmo a betting a team Kurima Agopamenso Sanse Womoba Ghana Premier League was Agopamenso Omu in Kunimunda Ejo mo hwe anim sɛ ɛno betimi ati nkuri mu agopa man so bona trash referee and Tofatia Bechem United Mark Williams Boateng Ajina bono so bona ntimi anko Bechem United Nations Society Pian na to be kwa referee through in Tofatia Nation FC Manala Banato as a Pinafio Mark Williams Boateng a throw in Manala Banasako Fawato Gomasa Pin a trashy through in Ayasato Editia Nation FC Ivan Lampia Emmanuel Ampia watobo no dibona perform wada ma yawano agopa me wonu so yie papa Ampia na so dey bi wanti bi anyina boss ya Jeff Ensem Bechem United ye bia so metimi anya go Augustino crowd in Kokwa Jibono with Dimika Augustino Ajibone for himself Nations FC where he amana trash here a through in Ayato Editia Nations FC Al Hassan a pick up one of their chairman and goalkeeper Soboni.
That was great goalkeeping from Sanon. We saw the danger. Make sure say Obaba be saving that situation. But then of course he got caught, and in the area of the goalkeeper, anything I be infringe and as I ever touch on the goalkeeper now, it becomes an infringement, and he just needs some small minutes to waste some precious time. So I think that so far Nations in your system will be right in the game. Clearly they knew say Bechem United will take the game to them, especially in the second half. So Omanshada MP a lot of players forward. They decided say on the maintaining or shape in a 3-4-3. They do be a normal about 3-5-2. Say they be a lot of men behind the ball. So we have Bechem United. Omunya ball be on the attack no. We say Nations FC have a lot of players in and around their 18-yard box, and I think they know the difference in this game. They've been technically and then tactically they've been quite disciplined, especially in their defensive areas. And then against that a lot of action in and around the 18-yard box. Kudos to Frimpong Manso in your, especially in your first game. Oko away, you try say overboard that close game. Ebema win at least a point, and Frimpong Manso I had that to perfection.
A goalkeeper Ruben Osman Sanan. What I said of Agopa Manation to referee and channel. Not feeling Hontoni Yakonyantime and Twaka. So the modern ball Australian Ediama Nations FC Papa Paisan say. Tell no AB Nations FC. Woman so ebetimi ayehye ewa kansi nti yehwese na hobetono na afa yetimi anya kwanya atwa kansi two coaches ni nyina ejira national pressure Edda Desmond Steven Isaso Isanse wentimi ani nkunima na so be hye papa Isanse afi Ghana Premier League awobo no eno memu ayden ede ama no so obo ofie se okwa we no ana wobo be bia ni mo ayden ede ama no. Goalkeeper Ruben Osman Sanan wasole jani naso Sima ejo watwe ntemu ani 80 minutes na abo akasima edu ane the referee ena me dey atoso akanseri nyina beba na wieye Bechem United en shebi Nations FC en shebi Ghana Premier League we match atoso nwotwe ayebo de di kan kra e o match nwotwe ayebo ni Bona won fifi afan referee say e foul yan fanto na e Montia Nations FC Franka Mankwa Bona na kujira bona che pia so de bona fa benkum Emmanuel Lampe across the ball area chemu. Apim a chance for Bobona Seno.
This is an unpardonable miss from Emmanuel Aban. Obviously, Juma Aban here throughout the game. Wabo as a right attacker, Wabo as a left attacker, Wabo as a left wing back. We try various positions, and he found himself in the 80-yard box, duly unmarked. Chance also Piato Netano. He went for the spectacular and Abono. ATV Atrasha a welcome goal kick. This was the biggest opportunity I will give Nimo Ananke was Bechem United. ATV Efshanafe Omo Eteki the lead.
Jalokada ko Ediama Rubin Osman Sana and Sanse referee George Mauli former what you say or delay time. I say or train solo go. Ball of a page at the same corner so train so referee the yellow card channel. Into Rubin Osman Sana and yellow card ko Ediamano goalkeeper Ediman Nations FC. Afraid of a page at the Simo. A pega at the Simon Fifi Alpha, who happen. Born out trashing, throwing yet to Ediatia Nations FC. Make us a nation say yes, Sakaye. Suadu Suhini Sulimana Efimo. I'm a Prince Badu on the innovation of Siakanibi. Ediama Nations FC.
Another combative midfielder coming in for Sulemana. Obianim say Prince Bedu, one of those players are more height, or more that energy. They realize with the presence of Davin Yeboah, Bechem United ever pitch a ball all the time into the 80-yard box. So you need somebody on us to say ball no ever wima or challenge. That is why Omode Prince Bedu ever Bekaho in that midfield.
Bona Trashebe who say Nation Chelsea. I got to have a who are the 80-yard box in a Pigadinsa. Thank you, referee. George Mauli former was saying Church and Yanko have mentioned man Huntona Fay Gentimi Antoa Akansi. A brand new crown Cosima Edioche near Santa Muani. Yeramusima Edioche N9 Akasimansia and the referee Edibatus Akansi. Ebebana was saying the uniform won't even trust.
A very big blow to almost set up and clearly we heard the quality of Raymond Oko Gripman. You respect Obe lasting the entire duration because we are very combative, very athletic, and making sure Obe didn't Bois Emma Timino Etime winning most of the area duels. And so only 100 year a lot of pressure Ebeba Nations FC team so.
Referee say a foul, young Fatuana, Yamuntia Bechem United. Nations FC, Paul Omobono, and one day at the Bechem United. I can't say what Bechem United in here, so between Kudim Papa Paisan say, one would think Kudim Babuamo. Akasima Enum, Nasima Diokonasu, Nations FC. Piabon so the bona Fabian Kum Kwame Boache Ibona Chemu Neswana Sa Trash throwing here to Ediatia Bechem United Iman Laban Kofa Nes reference Derby Gentle Fentiamum it's here to Ediatia Mark Williams Boatin Waterbono Asakwa Kofa Ewdi Fafaso Jibona children sent to me and Cobedia and the Copa Jibona to Abobona to me. Bechem United, a more pre almost on betting in Yankunti. Bechem and Sakai. Augusta Noka, if I can see him. South Sudan Nation Sayan Sakai. Asante Buahina Beshamo Besia can be a managing service sunset. Raymond Oko Grepan and Tinian Twasso. Emmanuel Akese on so gyina ho a enche bi on so ba kan sini Free wapem neso one and say Bechem United betimi anya kweti kan Nation somebody born in temper so the born field e fifi afem Iman Lampia e foul ye board the Nation FC Emmanuel Okai Bono and then your fake Kadiama Bechem United. Faisa Chaute Swafimu. Newa Shada Anya and Yomano go and Yapanga Anya and Yomano Awakopamaiso a fake it. Jebo at the Nations FC. Referee Shena Bella Pigabon at the Chimney from Matthew. Emmanuel Aban. What am I going to Lampia? Aban Betiniafa. A Fabona cross at Chimu. Nelson Bonafio. Goalkeeper Ruben Osman San and Martinia Sobon, what Coco Jito was also Bugra. When you can yellow card into a boy, actually, yes, and a bear. Referee George Mauli former or Ensanfa Nakoko Sadi and Enchelibi. A Pigabon at Chemo. Yes, will be entering for Bon Tolling on Quatin. The Chimin Shaby Nation Sensibi. I have fake a party at your Nation Sensi. Chibetini and Yago Pigabon at Chemo and so be anyhow. Imana Lampia. Ampia the bone that be ya one way far. Referee and Trasso.
Yes, obviously it was a silly tackle from Boahin, and I say Akase. But at that moment with the ball want to play Eddie those attacking position. So I feel no better about Adana. So I was always showing a player no. So they be ultimately remove those attacking situations. But so what foul now? The kind of players from being for the team with the height, you know. We saw the chance of creating here from a set piece. But man, you're very careful. Now, Bobako, it's Tosuneto, Dalvin, and Abiditi Swa, a bay who your mom.
A pig upon that chamber, check on your my pinch channels on my FO. I can't say my attendant, my Bechem United, or Pianso command goalkeeper, Iman and Ainin a Jasso, where am I Frank Amanka? What I trash through the to the Bechem United, maybe Uncle Yemo. Through in our Nations FC at Bechem United. Sima at your cronin in our song. Yeah, train. Yeah, fourth referee, the Babato for the Simancia. No, see, Infantua can see the so. 6 minutes. And now they are to swear, yeah, Bebo. Je say, Ebetini and your goal, and our goal is a free Simancia referee, Edia Tosono. And you born at Chimamana Trash, throwing Jeto Ediatia. Nations FC Bona Kudi, Emmanuel Aban. Sima Ensia Franka Mankwa Ibona Chimunan so there be a goal kick. A goal kick airport at Bechem United goalkeeper Ruben Osman San Uko Grepman San na pega bone da Chemu Agree up in Nelson referee at Jefawa at Tia Nations FC. Al Hassan or Pigabon Temple so that Chemo Mapping Emmanuel Aba. What are you funny for? I think that maybe you know pressure
abom, so they need to try as much as possible. Say, Omobetimi, calm their nerves down. Yes, time no call, but it would have been better saying Obe lead a pass no rather than Dobe call for glory. And I think say a beautiful opportunity and a year okay it's me I miss it.
Goalkeeper here for Eriatia Bechem United goalkeeper Ruben Osman son on Wapeja born at Chemu Nelson Mapin born at the field born on Fifi Bechem United Omuya Bia Razak Sensana Rapping Woma Yipon at the field a foul here for Eriatia Nation Services answer Jawa champion, your champion Casado. Your champion complaining, meaning Abdurazak Al Hassan, one only crab on the Bechem United on Fifi, Afem, Wapega Area Chemo, Nations up in the field. Nation say, Bechem Piasso between a shake bonus or Rafia Jeffa, where the Manisan said, Opian.
Well, very advantageous position as to whether say Obeti may utilize that opportunity. A big question mark and I don't know, but at this moment, you know, it was evident say that was what he wanted because maybe now all around the corner. Omunim say obviously and you had the Obeti hit a shot on target because they were crowded. It's also of finding a year to get the sympathy of the referee and a winner in the game.
I am faking. Sima and Sierra also make us say Yabumu Miensan is a Casima Miensa Naka Selina Ebanewie Baby abon that day the Bechem United. Some body yard in Pabetin Fimwaba, some money years so they are Nation one. Ocha Yamia Duma Ho United bomb game Sporting Club and also gave me more day papa. Ho United Mediema Sporting Club and also have a crosswatch and on their live and Unia TV and I feel near 95.1 FM. Bolo Boy and Tinian Fabi Papa Biama Bechem United. A foul year ball at the Nations FC. Jello Cara Cordia Mano. What's you oh referee here?
That was tackle from behind. Then of course it was a yellow card.
And Bruce Covenant.
Yawa no but then he needed to bring him down. Yes, Adia Nakadinja no
Group players are much a kind of compromise. I'm actually papa Yawa no Duma Cotinipoko Nawaba. Sima and Sian also make us a Abumunai. A free kick. Jebo Adia Nations FC. Akasi Mabako. Nasivansi and the Tosulina, but Navi or Pega, and the Achemu, and so that be.
I think this was one of the best opportunities. But then, of course, Alassane Eraise up high on Niti Epimbono, but there was nobody to connect the final ball. About Natrash here. I think this would do it for the game. So far, two teams in a try here, but obviously a goalless draw once again. Nations FC without scoring a goal. It is unsurprising.
Yeah, Tracer Center referee George Mauli Voma or Bessena Bay. And I can see Nina Abana Riesa Sima and see on the Tosono. Nina Asu. Throw it here to Editia Bechem United. Nations FC Mantelina. Bechem United are family science. Throwing. When I control. Ubi a twin transfer science says Simensi and the Tosono. Aswanisa Kwame Boachi ball na kofa ball na Roberto Edietia Bechem United Kwame Ato referee George Mauli Vomao Ashena Ben Edia Kensi nyina abanawie Bechem United entimi anshebi ewara na fosu Diabwa group amesu sanso and a Nations FC anshebi.
Great game by all standards. So we share two teams now. They were technically and tactically disciplined. Two coaches came in with a game plan, but then their game plan it's me a worky at the moment. For Bechem United, they will be at the losing end because they know obviously in games of this nature, now I was about to me at least a victory, but to me that victory. For Nations, they will be happy because this season and it might be quite difficult at the moment. For a venue, they've never scored a goal or even picked their points. It was always going to be very difficult for them. But here they are. So I shall pick a 1 point. A long way in the season. But I think that we enjoyed a very good game. Better luck next time to Stephen Desmond Isabuchi.
Up sound.
Just imagine, and the road network there is not favorable. So you have to use this car going up and down every week. You have to go to service, and else you cannot.
Previously, I traveled to Dunkwa, Tiaso, and sometimes I'm stuck on the way.
Then the news came that our president, Mr. Keto Kreku, and the ESCO had engaged FIFA to get us some new pickups to help us do this work. It was a wonderful news that we all patiently waited for to come to fruition. Then one day our president told us in a meeting, your pickups are ready. You could see the smiles on the faces of my colleague chairman. And it wasn't because they were going to drive in new pickups and
so it's all over here at the Nana Fosuji Abuo Park, and it ended in a stalemate between Bechem United and Nations FC. No goals to record here, but 1 point shared apiece for both sides. I have with me the man who masterminded Nations FC getting their first point away, Frimpong Master. Coach, I mean, big points for you. First of all, what is your general assessment of the entire 90 minutes?
I think it was a very good game. It's a game we fought for because Bechem, they needed to win at all costs, so you could see they were putting a lot of pressure. So yes, we will have to always make sure we close them down, we close down the spaces. And for me, I think it's a very important point for us. Yeah.
Now, earlier you told me you had just 3 training sessions with this team. Do you think the boys are beginning to assimilate your tactics and system?
Yes. I think it's our first point, our first away point, and for me, I think Nations have been a very good time, a good side all this while. Except that sometimes you do whatever you do, but the results will not come. But I think the boys have done so well.
Now, I mean, you've gained a point here, but what must change going into match day 9?
Yes, now we are going back home, and then against Sohoy, yes, it will not be easy. Now you cannot underrate any side, but we'll have time to train, work out, and then we try to also correct the mistakes here. So for me, I think it's a very good beginning for me.
Okay, Coach, thanks very much. Coach Frimpong Mansell, the head coach of Nations FC, getting a point against Bechem United. It was a good one, and he's exchanged pleasantries with the man that I'm coming to speak to, Desmond Isabuchi. Coach, I mean, you have them path for that goal, but it didn't come. First of all, what is your general assessment of the entire game?
I think we came in with a 4-3-2-1 and we went in with a 3-5-2 so that we can dominate the game, attack more. But it's like we were so defensively that we were making a lot of mistakes at the last stage. The decision taking has not been very effective at all. That is today. And what I was expecting from the boys was not there. I mean, the telepathy of going through and the penetration was not being there.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Now, in the last 50 minutes of the game, you created chances. I saw that chance from Emmanuel Aban when it was missed. I was looking at you. You were almost rolling on the floor. I mean, what do you make of that opportunity?
I don't know what he's trying to do because this is a little jab. Because you are closer to the guys in the 6-yard box, you are closer to the post. There's no need of style. You know what? The only thing is possess your. I mean, compose yourself and jab the ball inside, and that is the only killer instinct he's supposed to do. I'm surprised he couldn't do the right thing.
Well, 1 point here, the fans are frustrated, but what needs to change going into the next game?
Honestly, our final decision has been a problem to us, and decision taking is a key because at the end of the day, if you don't score, that is what will happen. You can see from my back what is happening, but that's the game. Yeah. You understand it. See, so I know what is happening, but I don't care.
Well, I wish you the best in the future games. There, Coach Desmond Isaboche is the head coach of Bechem United. They have drawn here against Nations FC, but the man of the match, my very good friend Frank Amankwa. Now, I mean Frank.
Oshe de wa Messi in numbers and no more day a reho coffee no. Yeah, the best from us. Omo fanchain, no more coswan tayechi. Minim semre pabeba, achia nemui. Omo kaya hon kwa de. Minim se season en kwa wieno. Bibi pebe free harbor. Okay, Frank, thanks very much. There, giving us some proverbs there to the fans who are very agitated that Bechem United have draw points here. But it ended goalless between Bechem and the Nations FC. And both teams are going away with a point each. So that wraps up the first game.
Beri ready Isaac and Sampija yeti yenu ya mutala Yakubu ne coaches ni mienu edi nkomo. At the end of the 90 minutes obi entimi anto atana se kase yakoda ma high sense sanso so na dewa 539 direct and Father Abraham Herbal and Spiritual Hospital womo ene boy chidema Bismarck Kusapon edukopie mu ewo eye nana fosuji abopaka ode commentary ne bai obi anto atana nyame adomo chena no mienu bo pounds mediasa ebesen singonwa
Ebianso Boda Fem anointed quality fabrics. Anointed quality fabrics magic promo. Buy 2 yards, get 2 yards free. Buy 4 yards, get 6 yards free. Buy 10 yards, get 15 yards free. Ubetime anointed quality fabrics quite down summer runabout. Opposite the ADB bank. And a club 215 Chenhua. To an amount Nebeto quality fabrics at affordable prices. Our anointed quality fabrics magic promo imu. Anointed quality fabrics. Our fabrics are who will be bring. A bit to say brocade, jeans fabrics, suiting fabrics, organza, and laces are hoodoo. African prints are hoodoo. Ubenya be our anointed quality fabric. Yeah, wholesale and retail. Call or WhatsApp 0559 540 980. Anointed quality fabrics magic promo.
Buy me more spices, baby. No, so one pemudia. Me do what it's at. And I go when you're open. And then I open here. It's natural spices. It's natural spices. I drew mama and my Adriana Ed. I throw a party and San Wakasano. A bit of garlic. Akikadro, rosemary, printia, and nutmeg, and our face so pepper, and a modia fryer. And chinim, a citrinim, MSG nim, 80 way dear, a natural ankasa. Free mom in Sakat, it's natural spices. Me, and Yamunia Dianipio, is say. Ningam ya kabum. I get it's natural spices. Wow, just in a customers issue kaya. Mawanema to free say your garlic and ginger, jollof rice, stew, curry powder, and a chicken and beef seasoning. 6 natural spices. Natural FDA Ashisha Madia to Muse
Nyanum any adofon Dr. Lawson, the virgin doctor, and about Timinka and a day. In Nuniamiensa and Dr. Lawson, Eddie Abejaso. See a Bema, if you do watch it, which 18 years, echo. Next, you'll be a one no who can you come pass wa. A Jew may be a now Nasia Tatai, a Jew may be a also I didn't say now when I'm nepo pop, one saddle. Na yeti triti